Steve Jobs was not born successful. He was not rich. He was not even technically perfect. Yet, he changed how the world listens to music, uses phones, and thinks about technology. This is not a story about Apple. This is a story about obsession, failure, and a man who refused to live an ordinary life. Steve Jobs was adopted at birth. From the beginning, he felt different. Disconnected. Restless. He was intelligent, but he didn't fit into the system. School bored him. Rules irritated him. Authority frustrated him. But one thing was clear, Steve Jobs cared deeply about meaning. He wanted to build something that mattered. Steve Jobs was obsessed. Not with money, but with perfection. He believed, the details matter, even if nobody sees them. He studied calligraphy, design, art, and philosophy. At that time, people laughed at him. But years later, that obsession became Apple's signature. In a small garage, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak started Apple. No big office. No investors. No roadmap. Only belief. Steve was not the best engineer, but he was the best visionary. He pushed people hard. Demanded the impossible. Refused good enough. Many hated working with him, but the results were extraordinary. Apple became successful very fast. And with success came ego. Steve Jobs became difficult. Aggressive. Uncompromising. He believed he was always right. That belief cost him everything. In 1985, Steve Jobs was fired from Apple. Yes, fired. From the company he created. At 30 years old, he was publicly humiliated. He felt empty. Lost. Broken. But this failure became the most important chapter of his life. After Apple, Steve Jobs disappeared from the spotlight. He started Next. He invested in Pixar. Both struggled at first, but during this time, Steve Jobs matured. He learned patience. He learned leadership. He learned humility. Failure refined him. Apple was failing. Desperate. They called Steve Jobs back. This time, he returned different. Calmer. Sharper. Focused. He cut unnecessary products. Simplified everything. Focused only on excellence. The iMac. The iPod. The iPhone. One by one, he reshaped the world. Steve Jobs worked with extreme focus. He said no to most ideas. He obsessed over user experience. He demanded simplicity. He believed technology must feel human. He didn't chase trends. He created them. Steve Jobs died in 2011. But his thinking lives on. He taught the world, creativity matters. Focus beats talent. Quality beats quantity. Meaning beats money. Ending, lesson for you. Steve Jobs didn't live long. But he lived deep. He followed curiosity. He trusted intuition. He refused average. Now tell me, backhand index pointing right, what is the biggest lesson you learned from Steve Jobs' life? Backhand index pointing right, do you believe obsession is necessary for greatness? Write in the comments.